Hello friends, welcome back. Marcio here. In this video, let's talk about something I'm passionate about. I have no words to describe how much passionate I am about this topic, which is working from home and hopefully working from home forever. Yeah, as you guys may know, you probably know, and since the start of the pandemic, the companies they have tried to adapt to the situation, and they pretty much all companies they sent people home, and people only kept going to their normal jobs only on those roles or those markets that people are required to stay on their place where they work, such as in hospitals, police officers, firefighters, and so on and so forth. But the rest of majority of people that used to work inside offices, they were sent home because of the pandemic. And that dramatically changed the way we work and the way we perceived the working place from that point on. So this is something that I really enjoy talking about, and this is something that I have been wondering for so many years about this new trend and this new way of working. Just as a context here, I had this desire to work from home for a very long time, very long time, but I never had the opportunity to work from home. Actually, I switched jobs during the pandemic, and I got this new role where I have been working from home since that opportunity, and that has been really great. That has been a really good experience, and to be honest, that was really more or less what I had been thinking about before getting to that role. And just for more context, let's take a look at this article here, which says the great mismatch, employers firmer on return to the office policies in 2023. So this has also been a trend that has been happening. Many companies, they are enforcing the workers to come back to the office. And let's read a little bit here. So there is this funny cartoon here of the big hand pulling the guy back. It's probably pulling him back to the office, and he'll miss his cat and his laptop and his fresh coffee as well. And over the past 2 years, hybrid and remote work positions dominated advertised vacancies, reshaping workplace norms and giving employees power when it comes to flexibility and where they work, which is something extremely good. So the employee having the opportunity to choose from where they work is something that is amazing. And according to McKinsey, 87% of Americans want to work in a flexible environment. So this article here is more targeting American workers, but I believe that will or should apply to anywhere in the world. They want to work in a flexible environment that allows for work in an office as well as virtually. But some business leaders say all signs point towards companies forcing employees back into the office in 2023, which leads me to tell about my working from home experience, because that has been something really amazing. As I said to you guys previously, I always had this desire to work from home for many reasons. One of them is the commuting time from home to work and then back from work to home. In my previous jobs, when I was working in the CBD, it usually took me, around 1 hour to get to work. 1 hour and something if I count door to door. And that, I believe, was the worst part of the day, where I had to drive until the bus stop, then leave my car there, take the bus to work, and then walk from that bus stop to work and then all the way back. That was around, just roughly at least 2 hours waste of time just on the commuting, going to the work and back home. So this for me was something that was really tiring and energy draining on the daily basis. And I believe that everyone that was able to work from home, they felt the same. So they felt really that burden of just going to work, just getting ready and waking up earlier and having to just eat something really quickly and running to the bus stop or just running to drive their cars, everything else on their way back. Not to count that my first job here in Australia was something or somewhere really far away, and it used to take me almost 2 hours to get to work and almost 2 hours to get back home. So of course it was 12 years ago, but I'm just making some comparisons here just to give you guys a good point of view. And definitely this was a biggest pain for me to work in the office. And I believe that is exactly what people have been feeling. And that's the difference when we work from home. So there's nothing else. You just need to wake up, just take a shower, have breakfast, brush your teeth, and then you can get to work without having any traffic jams. So let's just continue here. As I say, a recent survey by Slack found that only 12% of people would choose to be in the office full time. Amongst 100% people, only 12% would choose to be in the office. Yet, 50% of leaders are demanding their employees to come back full time to the office. And that will result in a spike in turnover, according to Doug Dennerlein, CEO of Better Works. I believe this is a placement or a headhunting company. Organizations are guaranteed to lose great people, not only for lack of flexibility, but because many of the best employees moved out of expensive cities during the pandemic and won't be moving back, he explains. I totally agree with him. I have friends that they moved from big cities to smaller cities because now anyone can simply work remotely and there is no need to be in the office on a daily basis. And more precisely, for example, if we are talking about the US, for example, where we have these big centers or these big islands or bubbles, such as the Silicon Valley or some other place that are extremely populated and extremely expensive. So after the pandemic, what people did was simply, okay, I can work from home, so I can work from anywhere. And these people, they simply decided to move from those big cities and those big centers to smaller places. And I believe that was a great move because it could provide people a better life and a better quality of life as well. Moving to a less crowded place and probably a place where they can buy something or they can live better than they are living on those big cities. And again, whenever the company doesn't provide the employees this kind of flexibility that people saw that is really good for both parties, for the employee and for the employers as well. So the companies, they will keep losing their talent while they are still trying to force people to go back to the office. In my opinion, it should be something that should not be mandated. And of course, the office is there, and whenever people want to go, they go. And whoever doesn't want to go, they should simply keep working from home. And that is a big problem for these organizations that are trying to force people to go back to the office. Continuing here, with the right performance management, technology in place where productivity can reach optimal levels and the best talent can work from anywhere, there is no reason employees should be forced to work from an office. And I totally agree. Nowadays we have, fast internets, at least on the first world countries, I would say. We have fast internets. We have so many applications that allows us to collaborate with our peers. We have Slack, we have emails, we have Zoom and many other tools that we can collaborate with people. Of course, it won't be always something like we were face to face, but we still have great tools to help us to collaborate and to work together and to deliver whatever it needs to be delivered for the products or for the company. I do agree that in some professions and some roles, they need to be on site. As an example, police officers, they cannot become remote workers, nor doctors or surgeons. Well, I do have some doctors. I know some doctors here in Australia that they work on a kind of telehealth, and they can give some consultations online. But of course, that's not for emergency or hospitals, so that would not work. But for the majority of us that we used to work inside an office and behind the computer, behind the screen, so there isn't much of an argument of good arguments again towards pushing people back to the office. I do believe that a great path would be simply to give the worker or to give the employee the flexibility to choose where he wants to work from. So I believe that would be really good for both company and for the employee. The employee will be happy for working from home, and the company will also be happy because he'll be keeping, or they'll be keeping that high-performant employee. But the line's predictions are falling on deaf ears. At the start of the new year, Adzuna, it's probably another company, research shows early signs of reversal in remote work as employers demand the return to office, known as the Great Mismatch. We had the great resignation, now we have the Great Mismatch. Adzuna's data shows that employers are becoming firmer on mandatory return to office policies. The proportion of roles specifying they are office-based has risen to a 19-month high of 4.2, although the number of jobs posted every month continues to grow. Hybrid and remote positions continue to dominate advertised vacancies. Over the last 5 months, the proportion of office-based only job vacancies has started to creep back up as some employers become firmer on return to the office. And yeah, I mean, the company has all the rights to ask the employees to work from the office, but I believe that would be a mistake to simply mandate the employees now to go back to the office, especially because this hybrid or simply the fully working from home model works pretty good. I don't know what the real issue is. Maybe that's because of the company that they have already paid for the building and all the facilities, or I don't know, some upper management, they really want to keep an eye on people. I'm not sure. I cannot infer on that because I have no idea about that. But it seems to be really weird, because if something is really working and if that new way of working is working fine and both parties can benefit from it, why not give everybody the choice to choose whatever they wanna work from? These are my thoughts. I would like to know what you guys think about. Please do not forget to write all your ideas or your thoughts on the comment sections. And I'll see you guys in the next video.